Hot sauce. It's a small batch, handmade hot sauce made especially for you. You can find it at www.trygreatwhite.com. It's also sponsored by South Florida Allied Health, located in Boca Raton, Florida, specializing in men's health, women's health, medical weight loss, IV therapy infusion, testosterone therapy, and hormone replacement therapy. Florida residents only. Well, here we are, episode 88. Back after a small hiatus. I had things to do and people to see. Well, sort of. Jack's back. Because it's not summertime. Jack has a new contract where I guess states in the summertime he can take off as much time as he wants. That's all right. He's here now. That's all that matters. And in this episode, we're going to get caught up from the last 3 weeks of music news. And, of course, the other top 10s, this day in music, birthdays, all the stuff Jack hates. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast. I'm happy to be back.
Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
The KOFB Studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean with his co-host Jack Calabrese. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. I'm back, bitches. Yeah, after 3 weeks off, a hiatus, a break, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I was off for 3 weeks, but I'm back, ready to go, raring to go. And yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. I missed doing this. That's for sure. But I'm back, and you know who else is back? Jack is back. See, he thinks right at this point I bring him on the screen, but I'm itching for a fight tonight, so I'm kind of teasing him. Let me introduce him again. My co-host, the one, the only Jack Calabrese. Nope, not bringing him on yet. Jack's back. Now he's leaving. For the people listening to the podcast, Jack just got up and walked out. Jack doesn't like to be teased. Anyways, I don't care. He'll be back. He probably went to make a sandwich. What? See, for the people listening on the podcast, when I said my host Jack Calabrese for the first time, he put his arms like he just scored a touchdown, and well, in 3 weeks. Yes. Let me see. Mark Flynn, welcome back. Larry and Curly, where's Mo? I don't know. I don't even know where Jack went. I hear the ruffling. There he is.
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right, enough of that. What's up, buddy?
You're itching for a fight, huh? All right, you motherfucker. Let's get to it, you bastard.
Let's see. Hello, Dave Phillips.
How does it feel to be back in the Sunshine State?
Oh, buddy, I'll tell you what. I love the motherland. I was up there. It snowed 4 times in 3 weeks. Now, I don't mind the snow, right? I really don't. I don't mind it when it's snowing. Only when it's snowing north to south. When it's snowing east to west, I don't like that. I don't like that. And the cold, and then doing the scraper, and
you're missing it.
Windshield and what? It's what?
You know, you have that thinned out blood, and you're just not used to it anymore.
No, I'm not. I don't want to be used to it anymore.
You're not even a snowbird. You're permanently down there.
I am a Boca boy. That's for sure.
You're a Boca boy. A Boca.
And I have no problem with that.
Nah.
I got out of there yesterday, and today
it's already cold. It's already cold as a bastard up here, and it's gonna get worse this week. Nobody's going nowhere.
As my father would say, cold
milk. Get your eggs. Get your bread.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody's toast.
As my father would say, colder than a well digger's ass. Think of that one.
Hey, look at the flow we got. It starts.
Yeah, the flow that you I don't know what your camera's on, but you got a shitty picture and you're out of your game. See?
What are you talking about?
You're not in HD, evidently. You're in you look like you're in SD.
It says full high def.
Okay. All right. Well, then
I mean it's 1080 by 30, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've been off 3 weeks. The equipment has to warm up. Is it like a car?
I don't know.
Do people even have to warm up cars anymore?
Absolutely.
Do they?
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I hate getting into my car cold.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it the other day. I was driving this little Nissan, right? Little Nissan for 3 weeks. Just rent a car. Then I get in my truck. I get a Lexus GX460. I didn't even know how to fucking operate it. It's like I forgot everything. Where's the button? Where's the AC? Yeah, it was nice to put on AC. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. My brother.
Dude, a lot happened. A lot happened while we were off.
Wait. What's my brother throwing shots at me for? My brother Colin just messaging colder than Morrissey in a blouse. Are you kidding? What? See, what?
Marcy is always in a blouse.
Hey. No, if you've seen him, he wear a T-shirt and he always looks smooth on stage. He got a suit jacket. He wears a suit jacket. He gets some jeans. Nah, Morrissey.
No, Morrissey, you're gonna be the first pirate, the puffy shirt.
That was Adamant. Thank you. That was Adamant, which is a great angle, by the way, for him back in those days. Mark Shannon just called us the H word. Wow, like HOMO. What?
Yeah.
When is that coming? He's just jealous because it's fucking 19 degrees where he is.
Yeah, like Mark
Shannon, where I am.
Like Mark Shannon has done anything constructive in the past. Well, his entire fucking life.
Oh, damn! Shots fired. Yeah, see, he doesn't understand. We could do the next half hour because it's a podcast and thousands of downloads. We could do the next half hour just bagging on him. It's like, what do they say? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
That's right.
Yeah. But I like Mark Shannon.
I like Mark Shannon too. He's a good guy.
He's okay. He's
a good guy.
Yeah, but I like his son better. His son is the owner operator of Great White Hot Sauce.
I've never tasted Great White Hot Sauce.
I saw him while I was up there, and he
never
said
seen a bottle of it. I haven't gotten a T-shirt, a hat, a koozie, nothing.
You would think after 3 years, going on 3 years of getting his product out there, that he would get in his car and drive to a mailbox, or a post office, and mail off some bottles. But nah, but I still like him. He's still a good kid. You know
what? We could be doing product placement in the background.
This skull right here, that could be a Great White Hot Sauce bottle. But hey,
we could actually have each of us the bottle of hot sauce, and anytime each of us calls the other one an idiot, you got to do a quick taste of the hot sauce.
Yeah. Say, if it wasn't for me, Jack, Remember. Oh, he's holding something over your head. He's got nothing on me.
Mark Shannon was the person that facilitated my first real job. It was my gateway drug, my gateway job into the career that I have right now because of Mark Doa, Crazy Eddie Shannon.
Look at Scott, the IT guy. He said he'd donate some money to get some hot sauce shots.
Yeah, but how hot? How hot are we going, Scott? How hot are we going?
I'm a Tabasco. I like Tabasco.
We're going tasty, or are we going like burn?
Well, when you do, if you do something like that, it's got to be torturous. It can't be pleasant.
So we're going like full colonoscopy hot sauce.
Yeah. We got to go with the habanero hot sauce. Like, oh shit.
No, habanero. Come on.
It's the weakest
Scotch bonnets.
Just as I said that, he said habanero is the weakest he would pay for.
Wait a minute. Say that word again.
Habanero.
Oh, that's better.
What did you think I said?
I didn't think you said anything. You said habanero.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No. Look at my brother. Stop pumping up Jack and his fucking painting. What's that noise?
Come on now.
What are you doing on your thing?
By the way, our latest sponsor is Jack Calabrese Fine Art Paintings.
I don't think they can afford your paintings. Jack, people, and listen, I've been talking to Jack.
We're gonna feature this one for the next half hour.
Put it up behind you. How much? Give us a price on that's a nice. Look for the podcast listeners. That's nice. A nice fucking painting of a giraffe. That's a fucking nice.
Oh, sorry.
It's the pod. It's a beach. Oh, I get it. Oh, see, you had it upside down.
Scott. This is the weather you left behind up here.
Bob Ross Jr., Scott, the IT guy. Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump right into this. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations came out. Are you aware?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So you might have a little more than I have, but I'm gonna go. Let me read them off. Most of the nods went to artists that have never appeared on the ballot before. You get Missy Elliott, the White Stripes, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael, Willie Nelson, Sheryl Crow, Warren Zevon, and a rare combo of Joy Division / New Order. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
They kind of got screwed, didn't they?
Yeah, because Joy Division was around for a minute. New Order's been around for decades.
Yeah. But
if it wasn't for Joy Division, New Order probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, but for those of you out there that are not familiar, Joy Division was the original band, kind of part of like the original Manchester sound, really?
Yeah, around there, yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah.
And their original lead singer and principal songwriter, Ian Curtis, committed suicide on the eve of their first U.S. tour. So they never played in the States.
And their first night was going to be in Boston.
Yeah, and out of the ashes of that rose the remainder of the band. New Order kind of came out of that. But it is kind of an interesting thing that they're being inducted. And I'm curious, like if it was just New Order that was nominated, do you think that they would get the nod? And does the addition of Joy Division being kind of the seminal archetype, architect, influential band that they were, does that make it easier for them to secure a spot?
I don't know. I would think they could probably get in on New Order alone, but I am sure, not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure that they talked to the members of New Order, and it was probably agreed, let's bring in Joy Division also, because that's a part of their bloodline. You know what I mean? And I think that was probably them saying, yeah, let's get Ian Curtis in there too.
So, by the way, I think that this year now that the nominations are out, I think that you and I should commit, and we can agree upon it. So let's say it's 4. Each of us have to pick 4 out of this list. And whoever's
out of the entire list?
Out of the entire list. And okay. I'm going to read the entire list. I know I'm going to repeat a couple of them, but just because I think you missed a couple.
Well, no, I still have like Kate Bush, Tribe Called Quest, Rage Against the Machine for like the 5th time, Soundgarden.
Yep.
The Spinners, Iron Maiden.
Yep.
That's as far as I got. As far as
I think you got them all.
Yeah.
I think you got them all. So here it is. I want you to put a little thought into it, Scott. The next time that we get together, I want 4.
I got a phone call. Hold on. I'm sorry, John. See.
I'm sorry. Am I bothering you?
What's up, Dave Rios?
What's going on, brother?
Well, I'm doing a podcast right now. You're live. You're live.
Oh, it's great, man. Which podcast are you doing right now?
Milk Crates and Turntables, your favorite.
Oh, that's my favorite podcast in the whole world.
See? Say hi to Jack.
Hey, Jack. I got a bone to pick with you, Jack.
Uh-oh.
Jack, you need to be on the podcast every week because I miss you.
Hey, I'm about to
that's very kind.
Give him that. Don't.
That's very, very kind.
Don't.
I want to hear him finger pick his guitar while he's talking.
No. You just called the fucking cost. Oh, now he's going to pick up the guitar.
Pick up the guitar, please.
There it is.
I shouldn't answer.
Everybody loves the guitar.
That's just...
Yeah.
It's just part of the show. You gotta love it.
No, it's not part of the show, and I'm about to hang up on you. Call me tomorrow.
All right. Hey, I can't wait to listen.
Yeah, well, you're on it now, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
All right.
Alrighty.
What's that you say? Jack's an asshole? Yeah. I agree. What? You were only kidding? Yeah, I knew it. All right, Dave, gotta go. Nice talking to you. See, he backtracked at the end.
Yeah. We all heard that. Yeah. Okay.
See, aren't you glad I took the call? Right?
Yeah. I'm really glad that you brought our.
Excuse me, I'm talking here.
I'm really glad that you brought our show to a screeching fucking halt.
For a Jack fan? Are you kidding me? That was a
mistake.
For
an almost inaudible, poor sound quality call. Hey, I appreciate it. I love the fans out there.
You 3
or 4 guys out there. You guys are awesome. I love it.
See, I got the women that like me. You got the guys that like you. So I'll accept that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, where were we?
So by the next show, we each have to pick
4
of who we think. And when the names are ultimately released, we'll have to think about table stakes.
Oh, Mark Smith just fucking putting.
So will you pay attention? Take your fucking Ritalin, will you?
I've been off for 3 weeks, and all I get is Jack fans tonight. Are you fucking kidding me? What are you people doing to me? And then you got Kevin Corkum and Dave Phillips having a conversation on the chat line. Like, we're not here. I should start this all over again. This isn't going the way I thought it would. Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Are you done?
I guess. Fucking Jack
so can you get the doctor to prescribe you something to keep you on fucking track?
Give me some Ritalin and Wellbutrin and
holy God.
All sorts of good stuff.
Brutal.
Okay, so we're gonna pick 4 when the announcements come out. All right, we're gonna do the show. So what does the loser have to do? That's what I want. Let's get to the meat of this.
I don't know. I think we should put a little thought into it.
Okay. All right.
So hey, maybe that's what we do with the great white hot sauce. So we may have to go to the supermarket and buy hot sauce because I don't know how to get great white hot sauce.
We could introduce a food challenge, like you'd have to eat a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich.
We'll come up with something.
You don't want to do that.
Actually, I ate one
before live. It's good.
I have a friend that loves peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. He says it sounds disgusting, but he says it's
not
delicious.
Bad. It's not bad, really. It wasn't bad.
Well, you put just ketchup on a hot dog, so Not exactly you're
lot
not
of
exactly
just ketchup.
You're not exactly a reliable source when it comes to culinary delights.
All right, so you got like Kate Bush. She's been nominated, I don't know what, 3 times, right? You got Tribe Called Quest making this second year in a row, right? They're not in. Rage Against the Machine 5 times. I mean, Iron Maiden for the second time. You know, I don't understand that. Like 5 times a band's. When are they good enough? Is it when there's just, okay, we're in an average year, so we'll throw in the band that's been nominated 5 times?
Could be. I mean,
a slap in the face though. We finally made it in, guys. Yeah.
So you have 15 artists or bands on this list, and I look at this list and I think that everybody on this list eventually gets in.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a couple of weak links on there, Cyndi Lauper, I don't know.
We talked about that a few weeks. Well, it's a month ago.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like Cyndi Lauper, but I mean, Hall of Fame. Is she up there? Is she up there with your Chuck Berrys and your Elvis Presleys and your Led Zeppelins and your Rolling Stones and Beatles?
She's up there with your fucking Go-Go's. Jesus Christ.
Oh God, are we going to bring that up again?
Your Carly Simons.
Well, hey,
this
it wasn't
is what
my
this
Carly
is, Jack.
Simons.
It's what
it wasn't
is.
my Carly's. Yeah, so
it's what it is. They're doing it to bring in diversity into the Hall of Fame. That's why fucking rock stars don't get fucking invited in anymore.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Cyndi Lauper is a diverse candidate?
Yeah.
In what way, shape, or form?
I don't know. You tell me why she deserves it. That's the question. Not me having to say she doesn't deserve it. You tell me why she deserves it.
I'm not sure that she does.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I don't know if you're paying attention. Are we on the same show tonight? Because you're fucking somewhere else tonight.
I'm looking for a fucking fight, Jack.
I just made the comment that of all the people that are on this list, she's the one that I look at and I was like, I don't know if I see it.
She's the one that I would probably pick knowing that they're going to fucking put her in.
Before the band's no way.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised, buddy. I mean, I'm with you. You know,
no way.
In all seriousness, I'm with the seriousness. Did I just say seriousness?
Yes, you did.
I think I said it 3 times. I couldn't say that once if I really tried. I'm with you, but I think she'll get in, but my list probably won't include her.
Do you think Sheryl Crow belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
If it makes you happy.
Oh, my God, for the love of Christ.
I got to say, though, Leaving Las Vegas is a fucking great song.
She's got a lot of great songs.
That's a great, she went on a little blast of 90s, and then it just kind of fell off after the early 2000s.
Come on.
She had a good run in the 90s. I'm not saying that she's not deserving to be nominated.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd have to look at what they would, again, how do you pick this, right? There's no
you're
rhyme or reason
about
how they do these things.
No, that's not true. They have a criteria that they go by. We've been down.
And why did it take some bands? So everybody here meets the criteria. Is that
there's a minimum criteria in order to be nominated, right? So your first album had to have been, I can't remember if it's 20 or 25 years ago, and you have had to
like Missy Elliott is just like her first album was like 22 years ago, like 20. She made it by. She was eligible last year, but they nominated her this year, which is, again, doesn't really make any sense. She was eligible last year. So why didn't they nominate her last year? You know? But she's nominable
get the votes
this year.
She didn't get the votes. You know, there's a nominating committee. There's a nominating committee that has. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nominating. No. I think Kevin Corkham's right. He says rock is dead in Cleveland. Where were the rock stars out of all of this, right? I guess they should.
Rage Against the
Machine. We say this every year. We've said this every year. They got to fucking
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Rename it to the Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but there's rock stars on here. I mean, come on.
All right, count how many rock stars there are.
So wait a minute. Rage Against the Machine.
One.
You know, Soundgarden.
2.
The White Stripes.
3.
Joy Division.
No, not rock.
What?
All right, I'll throw them in there. Sure, that's new wave. Okay. But they're not rock. They're not rock.
Okay.
What the
Sheryl
fuck?
Crow?
Give me a rock song. Blue Monday? Is that a rock song?
Sure it is.
No, it's my type of music. It's electronica. It's more electronica than rock.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any guitars in that album, that song.
What about Warren Zevon?
Yeah, I'll give you Warren Zevon.
Okay, so there's a bunch on there.
5. 4. I'd say 4. But it is what it is. We say this every year. It should just be called the Music Hall of Fame. You know.
Not as catchy as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, because when they first did it, rock. Although you can go back and see the first nominated class, the first inductees. Aretha Franklin was in it, so you know.
Yeah.
I guess since the beginning they've been growing. I think maybe because we see these bands now that I'm sure there was somebody back. How old is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now?
Oh God, I think the first
30?
class was in what, 86?
So it's over 30 years old. I'm sure.
I think
if the first class was 86, there was somebody there like us going, Aretha Franklin, she's not rock and roll.
I'm sure. It was probably one of your relatives.
Hey, wait a minute. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Where did that come from? Yeah, I mean the list. I liked. It's an interesting list. It's an interesting list.
It's a good list. I would imagine for those people that are expected to pick who the people that get inducted. This is not an easy list to pick apart.
You know, they put Eminem in, but meanwhile, he wasn't a quarter as influential in the rap world as A Tribe Called Quest. Not even a quarter as influential. He was just an angry white guy. And
he's,
I didn't even
he's
like
a
the way
big
he
name.
raps.
He's
He
a big name.
became a big name.
He's a big name.
A Tribe Called Quest, like they were groundbreaking. They were absolutely groundbreaking. But again, rap isn't really everybody's forte, so they wouldn't really know that. And maybe they'll be on my list. They have to get in. If you're gonna put a rap group in there, they should be in there. You know, but we'll see. When is our list due?
Next week.
Next episode.
Actually,
okay.
not next week because I'm not here
because
next
you won't
week.
be here. Yeah. You know who's going to be here? Mark Smith and Lou Colicchio will be here next week.
I would love to be here next week, but I'm actually going to be in Dallas.
Yeah, I know. Part of your contract. Fucking.
No, hey, look, as much as I
you
love doing
agent,
the podcast.
Okay? You have a good agent.
I love
That's
as
all
much
I'm
as I
gonna say.
love spending time with you, Scott. I do, like to feed my family. I do have to work.
Listen to the martyr over there, the podcast martyr. Jack. Jesus. I love this podcast. I just can't do it next week. I can't, but I love it. I would die for this podcast, but I gotta feed my family.
I know my absence next week is going to disappoint the dozens and dozens of fans that we have.
Of Jack fans.
Unfortunately.
Look at Mark Smith. You know what? He's scheduled to come on next week, but he's throwing fireballs at me tonight.
He's not. He's just saying that some of us work. He's just acknowledging the fact that
true. I
not,
have been
not
retired
all of
3
us
years
are,
now,
not
so.
all of us are retired.
Yeah, that's true. Retired young, by the way. Remember that. You have to add that in
retired
there.
young.
Retired young. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yes, the workforce misses you.
but I don't miss them.
No,
I
you
don't miss them.
No.
Hey,
Can
so
we
go on?
Can we move off from the?
Yeah.
We spent so much time talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We seem to, don't we?
We spend a lot of time talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And I think a lot of the conversation is repetitive because it's always the same thing with them. It's always the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, no one always agrees with what they have to say or who they want to nominate. And then
some of it is all bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, I actually read an article just a couple of days ago that they touted that the recent farewell tour by Elton John is the highest earning tour of all time. So it's earned $817.9 million in U.S. money. But I call complete bullshit. And I'll tell you why.
I agree.
Do you call bullshit? Why do you call bullshit?
Because there's been tours that have. How much did they say it grossed?
$817.9 million.
And they say that's the highest grossing tour of all time.
The second highest grossing tour of all time
behind the Rolling Stones
is Ed Sheeran's The Divide Tour, which earned $776.4 million. That was in 2019. And behind them, U2 with $735.4 million in 2011. But
so I say it's bullshit.
Do you hear the train? Do you hear the train?
No. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Here's why
I call it bullshit because it's based on ticket prices.
No. Here's why it's bullshit. The Ed Sheeran Divide Tour occurred in 2019. The U2 Tour occurred in 2011. The Elton John Tour, touted as the highest grossing tour of all time with $817.9 million, commenced in September of 2018 and ended in July 8th of 2023. Now, I get it. You got COVID in there, but 5 fucking years?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Are you kidding me?
Plus, I always say, adjust for inflation. The U2, they gross what? Say 700 million, right? In today's
735.
Yeah.
So 735.4 million.
So, and back then they were charging, what year was that?
2011.
I think if you paid $80 for a ticket, that was expensive back then.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit more than that, but probably like
average $80 would be like, oh shit, okay,
yeah.
Maybe it was 125. But you got these fucking kids like Ed Sheeran charging fucking $800, $500, $400, $300 for one ticket. Of course, it's going to be the highest grossing. Yeah. I'd like to see the audience. I'd like to see the numbers of like arenas, how much they sold out,
Well, that I think that's a fair statement. I'm looking at it from a timeline standpoint. It would be a fairer comparison if you said, U2 did 135 shows. Now, if Elton John did 135 shows, it was just spread out over 5 years because of the pandemic and all that. I'll give him that, but I guarantee that that's probably not the case.
So then you look at this. This is I got this a couple weeks ago while I was on this hiatus here. Stevie Nicks announced the only Florida concert in her 2023 tour. It says the iconic singer, musician, and member of Fleetwood Mac will perform Thursday, May 25th at Amway Center in Orlando. I believe that is. A Stevie Nicks Fan Club Live Nation pre-sale begins at 10 a.m. on Thursday. This is a couple weeks ago. With tickets on sale to the general public at 10 a.m. on Friday. Tickets are expected to start at how much, Jack?
I'll say that the low ticket price is $225.
$55.50 before fees. See, God bless her.
Stevie Nicks?
Yeah. Tickets are expected to start at $55.50 before fees. So total it up to $67 a ticket. Imagine
Well,
that.
well. Let's hold on a second. Hold on.
What do you think? I'm lying?
No, I'm not saying that you're lying. But you said that the ticket prices start at $55.
Yeah.
So the question that I have, like Springsteen pulled the same bullshit. He actually said, well, there are a certain number of tickets for my shows that are, $85. That's not the right number, but he gave some number. But the reality of it, out of an arena that holds 22,000, there were only 50 of those tickets. So my question to Stevie Nicks, formerly of Freewood Mac, is how many of those tickets are $55, and what's the top ticket?
It's a fan club. It's a fan club Live Nation pre-sale. So you join the fan club, right? Top ticket front rows are always more expensive, of course, but these are starting at $55. So if somebody wanted to go see the show and sit, and they don't mind, like you and I do, sitting up in the nosebleeds, just enjoying the concert and the sound, and you watch the giant screen and you see her. I know I don't dig that either. But there's people that say, you know what? I'll pay $55 to go and say I was at a Stevie Nicks concert. Whereas Anita Baker and Janet Jackson, respectively, are starting at $250 and like $290.
Same venue?
I don't know. Their concert tours. I read this off, like a month ago when we always seem to come up with these concert tour ticket.
Well, I guess I could understand if Janet Jackson or Anita Baker were playing in a much smaller venue.
They're not.
So
you can bet they're not playing small venues. They have a pretty big following.
Wait a minute. I mean, Anita Baker. Do you think Anita Baker is still selling 10,000, 12,000 seat arenas? I don't.
I think she probably could. We'll see. But you know what? Last week I watched the San Francisco 49ers and who did they play in the NFC Championship? Anyways,
the Eagles.
Yeah, and she sang the national anthem, and buddy, the fucking thing was horrible. It was bad. It wasn't Fergie bad, but it wasn't good. I was like, ooh, Anita. Ooh, Anita. I don't think it was pre-recorded either. That's what they usually do. So maybe.
So I have a question for you, Scott McLean.
Okay, Jack Calabrese.
Let's say hypothetically, imagine that this in this fantasy land, that because of your prominence, because of your celebrity of being the host of Milk Crates and Turntables, that you were actually contacted by the Florida Marlins. And they said, look, Scott, millions of people in the greater Florida area love your podcast and they love you. So we want to invite you to opening day. And we're going to give you your choice. You can either A, sing the national anthem, or B, throw out the first pitch. Which would you do?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail from the twilight's last gleaming? Should I keep going? I'd kill it. I would kill it. I would kill it. Yeah, I'd kill it. All right.
I think you should throw.
Just not the way I think I would.
I think you should throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
So Anita Baker is playing Hard Rock Live.
That's 5,000 seats.
Yeah, so there you go. That's a much smaller venue than Stevie Nicks is probably playing.
Wait. Tomatoes would be flying. Leo House of Tomatoes. Why am I coming back to abuse? Why am I had this all day. I'm like, the fans are gonna love me. They're gonna welcome me back with open arms. And I get nothing.
Scott.
Yeah, exactly. I should be getting the not you. Me.
They're not cheering for me.
Respect. I'm smart. I'm not
Dude,
stupid like they say I am. I'm smart. And I demand respect.
You're the Fredo of this show.
Yeah, that's not the first time you've said that either.
Fredo, pick up somebody at the airport. Fredo, pick up somebody at the airport. Fredo, go host a podcast.
Yeah. You know, one of these days, there's going to be a note that gets sent to your house. It's going to say, Jack Calabrese swims with the fishes if you don't watch out. Be a fish wrapped in newspaper.
Is that a threat, man?
No, well, if it is, then you take it. Whatever that means. You take that threat.
Very well thought out.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see where old Stevie Nicks is playing. Because I'm curious.
Who the crazy bag lady?
So
that's what she looks like on stage.
So Anita Baker is playing Hard Rock Live, 5,000 seater, and Stevie Nicks is playing the Amway Center.
So that's
much
probably
bigger
like,
venue.
Yeah, it's probably like, I don't know, 15,000.
20,000, something big like that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But still, so smaller venue, higher prices. I don't know. I guess they're in it to make money. I can't knock them on it, but
how many more years is Stevie Nicks going to be in it?
Oof, buddy, I posted a video about a month ago of her on stage. Telling you, dude,
you're right over there. You're right over there.
I said some fucking reflux, man. Jesus, see what you people are doing to me. Now I'm all stressed out. I'm supposed to be happy doing the show. This was supposed to be my happy night. But no, I get tomatoes thrown at me. I get my next week's co-host bad-mouthing me. Jesus.
I wonder if
co-host right now bad-mouthing me.
I wonder if Stevie Nicks has actually ever announced her retirement. I hate when bands do that. So today in the news, Ozzy Osbourne announced going to tour anymore. And I get that. I think he's sick.
Yeah. Hey, you know he's got a genetic mutation. Did you know that?
What is his?
They found genetic mutation? They said he had his DNA tested because technically he should have been dead like 30 years ago, and they were curious as to why he didn't die from all the drugs he took, and they found like 7 chromosomes that they've never found in a person before. He's a genetic freak. He's a genetic defect that pretty much goes back to his prehistoric fucking, I don't know, line. And that's why the guy won't die like that. I'm telling you, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah. Well, it is. Look, I think Ozzy Osbourne will retire because I don't think he's well. And the reality of it is that there are a number of bands and or artists that have announced retirement in the past that have gone on to tour. Elton John announced that he was retiring from the stage in 1977. 1977.
Yeah.
You know, the Who famously first in 82 and then a bunch of times after. Motley Crue, the Black Crowes, Kiss, Nails, Scorpions, Judas Priest. There's a bunch of them that have announced their retirement or a split on. But there is a number of rock stars that are out there that are going to be forced to retire. I mean, even somebody like Eric Clapton, who said that he wasn't going to play live anymore, has been playing shows here and there. But at some point, he's just not going to be able to do it anymore. There are some people that are out there that say that he can't do it now. He certainly cannot play the way that he used to. Although, I don't know if you've been following this, Scott, but there is one band that has announced a split in the past and has been split up for a little while. And it seems much like the Arctic Circle softening, that this band is going to soften and that they are going to tour again. And do you know who that band is, Scott?
Don't even say Oasis.
I'll give you a hint. The name of the band rhymes with Boasis.
Okay, listen to this. Listen.
Osbourne had his genome sequence to understand how it was possible for him to still be alive.
Hold on. I want you to hear this.
Had his genome sequence to understand understand how it was possible for him to still be alive after abusing his body for so many years. Researchers found mutations related to addiction, metabolism, and Ozzy's Neanderthal ancestors. In fact, he carries several 100,000 genetic variants that have never been seen before by scientists. Meaning if he wasn't a literal mutant, he likely would have died decades ago. There have been at least 9 different studies.
See? That's crazy. He's a genetic mutation. That's insane.
You think old Keith has the same genetic mutation?
He should get tested. I don't know. Well, I know Noel Gallagher announced his new album and at the same time announced his divorce.
Yes,
his wife.
Yeah.
So,
but apparently there's been some shadows, some hints of communication between them, and I think it was Noel for the first time said, "Hey, I would never say never."
Well, then now you got Liam, who is on his way up. He's only going up higher and higher.
Yeah,
his
but
stock is rising.
He seems to be open to it as well. He put out a tweet saying, "Should I tell him to fuck off or should I give him a ring?"
Yeah, that's
I'm paraphrasing,
yeah.
But he said something along those lines.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, is our friend Leo Haskell saying, so Paul McCartney played Fenway Park last year at 80. I heard he was fantastic. He got a fist pump. Did you actually make physical contact with Paul McCartney? That would be awesome.
I guess he did. Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah.
I think that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure somewhere Paul McCartney said, guess who I got to fist pump today? The hardest working man in showbiz. Leo Haskell.
He did. Hey, what did
awesome.
Mark Smith say? Mark Smith, he said, I think there are many people from the upper Midlands of England with the same DNA as Ozzy. That's probably true. That's probably true. So I pulled this up. It's most hated songs and albums, right? This is just a quick list. What do you think? Give me something you think is one of the most hated songs.
Another Brick in the Wall, Off of the Wall by Pink Floyd.
You hate that song?
I hate that song.
Well, you got Kokomo is one of them, right? Then you got Susudio.
Susudio by Phil Collins.
Dirty Work by the Rolling Stones. Right?
That's a tough
right.
And by the way, not a great album either.
No. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing is on the list.
Yeah, but does that wait a second.
Jesus.
Don't want to miss a thing. You're talking about the Aerosmith song, yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't that on a soundtrack?
It said songs. Songs
yeah, but
and albums.
So wait a minute. Maybe I misunderstood.
It's a song, right?
Asking.
It's one of the most hated songs.
You're just saying the most hated songs out there.
Yeah, this is a list that I found that has some of the most hated songs on it.
Like,
why is this so fucking difficult for you?
I misunderstood you.
Gee, that's different.
I thought what you were saying was, and the reason why I picked Another Brick in the Wall, what I thought you were saying was, is there a hated song that's actually on a good album?
Where did you get that out of? I said I have a list of the most hated songs and albums. Where did you get?
I thought you said
bad song off a good. I never said good at all.
I thought you said on albums.
No. I thought that you said.
I thought you
said.
No.
I thought you said.
You said
that I said.
I said.
That's not how I talk.
Yeah, you kind of do.
No. Don't make me imitate you again.
Yeah. Don't make me imitate you again. Yeah. You're stupid.
All right, Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Then you got this is an album. I guess. Almond and Woman. Have you ever heard of that combination? Allman and Woman?
Allman and Woman.
Do you know who it is?
It sounds like Greg Allman and Cher.
That was not a good one. That was in the 70s.
Michael DiBiase, you so Cheeseburger in Paradise. Yeah, any Paradise. I'm
with you on that.
I am not a Jimmy Buffett fan at all.
Nor am I.
And you know what? I kid you not. Like, there was a period of time where I tried to get into Jimmy Buffett because, I just thought it would be fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun. I just don't get it, man.
It's not fun. No.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me get up another one. The Clash, Cut the Crap. Oh.
The whole album?
Let me see. I think that's what they're saying in this one. Whole album. Yeah.
I would disagree with that. There's a couple of good songs on that record.
Says,
like this is England. That's not a bad tune.
So it says there's one good song here. This is England. That's what they say.
Yeah.
There's one good song. Let me see. Sussudio, Chris Cornell, Scream. They're not a big fan of that. Bob Dylan, Self-Portrait. I agree.
Oh, no. There's some brilliant stuff on Self-Portrait.
Mark Smith isn't going to like this. Mark Smith is not going to like this. It's on the list.
Is this yes? Is it yes?
No.
Is it Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Yes.
Is it Emerson Palmer?
Yes, it is. I think he's actually.
Is it Carnival number 9?
No,
or is it Lucky Man?
No. And he just commented that Joe Strummer got better with the mescaleros than he did.
Mark,
Yeah.
you know what? I think I'm gonna
Great
pull
documentary on that.
I'm gonna pull the trigger and get the new box set of the Mescaleros. I think they put out 4 albums. That stuff is great.
I got a picture disc with Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros at one of the record store days a couple years back. No, this one, and I think he agrees. We had a discussion about this in one of our 2 hour and a half, 3 hour podcasts that me and Mark Smith and Lou do.
Which by the way, you got 8 minutes.
No, not yet.
8 minutes.
Emerson,
7
Lake,
minutes.
and Palmer, Love Beach. You should see the cover. The cover of the album is it's hideous. They got their shirts open, the hairy chests with the fucking socks stuck down their pants. And it doesn't look, it is not Emerson, Lake and Palmer at all. It's an 80s Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Not good. Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. I agree.
I don't even think
The Elder.
I don't think that Billy Joel likes We Didn't Start the Fire.
Oh, I know. Lou Reed and Metallica, Lulu. Yeah. R.E.M., Shiny Happy People. Yep.
Oh, I like that song. Do you hate that song?
Are you fucking kidding me? That is right up there with We Built This City and Mr. Roboto.
Come on. Yeah, Shiny Happy People.
It's right up there with Mr. Roboto.
It's fun.
It's not fun.
It's fun.
Not fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
No.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's not. It's a fucking horrible song. Anyways, moving on. Do you have any articles? Any news things?
Well, we haven't really talked about Jeff Beck, David Crosby passing. That's kind of newsworthy. And even Tom Verlaine, great guitar player, principal artist and songwriter of television, who passed as well. We are starting to lose our musical heroes. And I mean, Jeff Beck that was a big loss, man.
I was never a big fan of Jeff Beck. I never kind of followed him.
Oh, that's because you don't like guitar music. You don't like guitar music. You like synthesizer music.
Who says I don't like guitar music? Jesus Christ. You mean I don't listen to Van Halen? I don't listen to, Korn. I don't listen. It's all guitar-driven music. I just was never a Jeff Beck fan. And plus, I didn't like the fucking black dye. He died when he was like 70. He's dyeing his hair black. I'd be like, you're looking like creepy old guy trying to stay young.
You know what? He was timeless. I mean, yeah, he definitely did dye his hair, but he never really looked dramatically different from back when he was in the Yardbirds to being in the Jeff Beck the Jeff Beck band and certainly all the solo stuff. Jeff Beck always looked like Jeff Beck. He
It's like
never
Johnny
kind
Marr.
of
Yeah.
he never went with like the trends. He never chased after. He always did Jeff Beck music. Now I get it. To your point, you didn't appreciate Jeff Beck, and a lot of people didn't.
Well, all right, no. Whoa. I didn't say I didn't appreciate him. I didn't say I didn't appreciate him. I understand his legend and his greatness.
I didn't mean to misquote you.
Well, you're putting words in my mouth. I said, no, see, you could have went on with your statement and left me hanging with the audience thinking, I have no appreciation for Jeff Beck. Then I'm going to get fucking bad hate mail. Then I'm going to get phone calls, text messages. What are you doing to me?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So
correct yourself.
I misstated. You're the biggest Jeff Beck fan on this podcast. Either
out of the
broadcasting or listening. You have all of his albums. You loved when he did Loser and The Golden Age and 2 turntables and a microphone.
Yeah. There you go.
Look, again, I get it. I know that you appreciated Jeff Beck, but you were not a huge fan of his, and a lot of people weren't.
I get a phone call. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
It's my wife. Hi, baby.
Bye.
Hi.
Hold on. I'm live right now.
Okay, all right.
What were you wondering?
You left your poopy underwears on the floor again.
What was it? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll grab you.
All right, baby. Bye. It's my wife. What, Jack? You upset?
And she interrupted our show for what?
She's going to get me an acai bowl.
So it's 9:15.
I'm retired.
When are you going to stop
I can stay
eating?
up to. It's an acai bowl. It's like made of like fucking chia nuts and fucking all that healthy shit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So what were we saying about
great.
Jeff Beck, Loser, and
All I was saying was I understand that for a lot of people maybe Jeff Beck they didn't get him. He was a musician's musician. He didn't sing, and he put out a lot of instrumental music. So I can understand that he didn't have the widespread popularity. But he was a legend. Back in the day when you and I were younger, the big 3 guitar players in some circles were, Page, Clapton, and Beck.
yeah,
You okay?
I fucking Auntie's. So we went to an Airbnb about 2 months ago.
Wait a minute.
So I'm getting to the
Is
story.
wait a minute. Does this Airbnb story have anything to do with Jeff fucking Beck?
Just ask me if I was okay. I'm telling you what's wrong with me. You said, "Are you okay?" I'm telling you what's wrong.
So you're all over the
You're just not
place
understanding. You're asking questions
look
that
at
you
me.
don't want the answer
Look,
to.
Scott.
What?
Scott, look into the camera. Focus. Just stay with me. Here.
Guy gave us this whole box full of succulents with cacti in it and shit. And I fucking started planting them today on a whim. And I got fucking cactus thorns all in these little ones.
Scott, let me help you relive your past, your early 20s. Here, follow this pen.
Gaze and stagnus.
Follow this pen.
No, you're supposed to say, okay, sir, follow this pen without moving your head, only your eyes from left to right.
See? I haven't had that experience. You obviously had it.
Well, I've performed them. How's that? I've performed those also.
Have you busted anybody like that?
I wasn't a bust 'em cop. I didn't like that. I was a give you a break cop. I was a Joe Pritzky cop. I was like, you know what? I mean, if the dude is smashed, yeah, well, you deserve to get arrested then. Can somebody come get you? Can somebody come get you?
Mr. Pritzky, Officer Pritzky, just pass?
I don't think so. Did he? Joe?
I think he did.
Oh, I thought maybe it was his brother.
Maybe so. Maybe Leo will know if he's still on.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So, all right, let me get to the.
So wait a minute. So wait.
You just fucking told me 7 minutes ago you got 7 minutes.
But
now you want to talk and talk.
We're a music podcast.
Did die. Yeah.
We're a music podcast, and we're not going to talk about David Crosby passing.
David Crosby was a fucking asshole.
Oh my God,
he was a fucking asshole. But everyone, even Crosby still. I mean, even Nash and Young, fucking Stills, Nash and Young know he's a fucking asshole. He didn't talk to them. He just shut them all off. He was like, I don't talk to them anymore. Fuck them. That's basically what he said in one of his last interviews. Huh?
There's a lot of assholes in rock music, but he was still a legend.
Yeah, but he was a fucking asshole. Doesn't mean I have to respect him as a person. No, but he was talented. He was talented.
Amazingly talented.
Yeah.
Started in the Byrds.
Yeah.
Dated Joni Mitchell for a little bit.
He's a 2-time or 3-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer?
I think he's in there twice.
Twice with the Byrds and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Correct.
Yeah. Is he in the Songwriters Hall of Fame too? I think
he probably is.
Mark Smith said Crosby was an addict, which gave him his assholeness. He's an awesome, talented guy. That
guy. He deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even if for just "I Almost Cut My Hair," which is a brilliant song.
Yeah.
But great songwriter. I mean, come on, he helped write 8 Miles High. I mean, he's a legend. And yeah, he had a difficult time with drugs, and he was outspoken. That's why he was basically fired from the Byrds. And the Crosby, Stills, Nash, and certainly Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young were a tumultuous band, and none of those guys got along together. Heavy egos.
Yeah, who was the most talented out of that whole group?
Neil Young.
Maybe Graham Nash.
I mean, if I were to rank if I were to rank them, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah.
Neil Young, Stephen Stills, David Crosby, Graham Nash.
Right.
Well, and Graham Nash.
I can't really argue with that. Yeah.
Graham Nash being at the bottom of that list, that's a pretty amazing list.
He left an extremely successful group. What was that? What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just entertaining myself. I'm sorry. I'm being the David Crosby of this podcast.
You're the asshole tonight. You're the asshole tonight. He left the Hollies, who had they were just fucking a hit machine, and he's like, I don't like it. I don't like the formula shit, because they had the formula, the Hollies, in their prime.
Yeah,
and he basically said, I don't like it. I want something more free flowing, more independent. Well, he found it. That's for sure.
That he did.
Yeah.
He did.
So, all right, let's kind of, let me see. The Doors sold a big chunk of their catalog. Did you know that?
Everybody's doing that.
Well,
what did I read? Justin Bieber just sold his catalog. Everybody's doing it.
They sold.
There's too much money on the table.
Let me see. They sold Ray Manzarek's part of the catalog. And let me see. It wasn't the entire. I don't think they got those owed to late from. I don't think they got Jim Morrison's. I don't think. But either way, I don't want to read the whole article, but it. I know Manzarek's was sold for a lot of money. Well, he was a primary songwriter, right? Him and Jim Morrison.
He and Jim Morrison. Well, Robbie Krieger wrote a lot of the stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, Krieger was the one that wrote "Light My Fire" and "Love Me Two Times." By the way, don't forget, you and I still have an outstanding bet that I don't think has been resolved yet. We were talking about Pink Floyd, who are selling their catalog, and I don't think that sale has actually occurred yet. But if I remember correctly, the discussion was, does Pink Floyd get more money for their catalog than Springsteen got for his?
I think we came to the conclusion that it depends on what was involved in it, because some of them have catalog and they have credits, and there's more that goes to it than just like this is what they got. They got Robbie Krieger and Manzarek's portion of the Doors. I think you can get this catalog, and then there's what are the other things that go into it? There's a few other aspects that go into some of these deals that the artist can still maintain some control, but then some sell it all. I forget what the other aspects of it are. There's writing, I'm not sure. I don't know.
All right, good segment.
Yeah, good segment, right. Yeah. So you messed it up. You dropped the ball. Hey, you know what the top 10 songs were this week in 2002? Can you give me one?
2002?
Yeah. It's kind of a tough question, I know.
Yeah.
This week, especially like, how can you zero it in? But they were popular songs in 2002, some of these.
I think I would probably need a hint.
I'm just going to read them. We can't go in there. Number 10 this week, Faith Hill, The Way You Love Me. All right. Number 9, Creed with Open Arms. Scott Sapp is such a fucking, talk about assholes. That dude crashed and burned. Number 8, Maya, Case of the X. What you gonna do? Number 7, Outkast. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never to make your daughter cry. I apologize 1,000 times. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Okay. Lenny Kravitz at number 6 with Again. Number 5, Dave Phillips will like this. Matchbox 20. If You're Gone. Number 4, Jennifer Lopez. Love Don't Cost a Thing. Number 3, Dream. He's Not. He Loves You Not. Number 2, Shaggy, featuring Rick Rock Doucette with It Wasn't Me. And number 1 this week in 2002, Destiny's Child, Independent Woman, Part 1. All right, this day in music. Andy Gill. You know who Andy Gill was?
Andy Gill.
Founding member and guitarist of British post-punk band Gang of Four.
Gang of Four.
He died at the age of 64.
He just died.
Yeah.
He died. Was it last year he died?
2020. 2020.
I only got to see Gang of Four one time, and they played 2 songs. You know where I got to see them?
The Channel.
I was live in the audience at the David Letterman show.
Oh, wow.
Late night.
Interesting. That's a good one. On this day in 2015, University of Oklahoma newspaper OU Daily ran a story regarding Jack White's tour rider. The rider, which included a very strict recipe for guacamole and White's ban of bananas backstage. So he gets all pissed off and he answers back to this, that, and the other thing. Anyways, on this day in 2014, a new report found that 2/3 of people were left with ringing in their ears after a night out at a club, gig, or pub. Campaign group Action on Hearing Loss said the poll of 1,000 adults also showed 1/3 would ignore the safe level on music players. I know my ears are messed up from that. That's for sure.
My Apple Watch.
Yeah.
If the sound is too loud, it actually vibrates and gives me a warning. I think if it goes over 90 decibels.
I got something on my they're not AirPods. They're I forget who makes it. They're Skull Candy. Came up on my screen on my plane ride home yesterday. Over the last 7 days, you have exceeded the level of sound that's applicable, blah, blah, blah. So that's pretty interesting. Probably to save lawsuits. That's probably why they do that.
But are you still listening? Are you still listening to your AirPods too loud?
I always play it loud when I have music. I always play it loud.
Got to be careful, man.
Well, my hearing's already shot, so I have to play it to really hear it. What does Mark Smith say? Love the guitar playing. I'm taking mine out. Oh, yeah. You bring that fucking guitar out next week, Mark Smith. I will come through the screen and fucking John Belushi that thing. On this day in 2013.
Can't John Belushi that bad boy.
Well, I'll stomp that. I will stomp it, dent it.
You will not stomp it.
Oh, I will.
You will not dent it.
I will honky tonk man you with that fucking thing. Let me see. On this day in 2013, American singer-songwriter and record producer Cecil Womack died of unknown causes in Johannesburg, South Africa, at age 65. On this day in 2013, Coldplay's Clocks topped the list by BBC Radio 6 Music's top 100 tracks of the past 10 years. More than 100,000 votes were cast in the poll, which looked back over 10 years since the station began in 2002. The Arctic Monkeys, I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, was voted in second place. On this day in 2012, it was a sad day. Don Cornelius, host of Soul Train, from 71 to 93, died. Police officers responded to a report of a shooting at 12685 Mulholland Drive and found Cornelius with an apparent self-inflicted gun wound to the head. He was 75. He was 75 years old. On this day in 2009, Bruce Springsteen started a 2-week run at #1 of the UK album chart with Working on a Dream, his 16th studio album. On this day in 2008, U.S. Space Agency NASA announced that Across the Universe by the Beatles was to become the first song ever to be beamed directly into space. On this day in 2001, a collection of Elton John's private photos on display at a museum in Atlanta were withdrawn. The exhibition, which included snaps of nude men, was said to be too explicit. Some school trips to the museum had been canceled. On this day in 1999, 400 people were injured in an Australian concert by Marilyn Manson when he stormed off the stage after being bombarded with missiles and abuse at the show in Perth. One of Manson's guitar technicians needed treatment for cuts to his head. Let's see. On this day in 1992, George Michael and Elton John went to #1 in the U.S. singles charts with Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. You done playing? Nope. Doesn't know it. I
come on. I was
down, right?
I was giving you background
Blondie
music.
Released "Call Me," the main theme song for what film?
American Gigolo.
There you go. On this day in 1979, this is a pretty good one. Sex Pistols bassist Sid Vicious was released on bail after attacking Todd Smith, singer Patti Smith's brother, at a Scarfish concert. John Lydon has since stated that Mick Jagger, turn that down, that Mick Jagger stepped in and paid for the lawyers for Vicious. Let's see. On this day in 1972, Chuck Berry had his first UK #1 single with a live recording that he's been playing live for over 20 years, My Ding-a-Ling. He would later go on to shove Jack out of the way when Jack wanted to take his picture.
Yep.
That should be in this day in rock, this day in music. On this day in 1969, Tommy James and the Shondells started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles charts with
Money Money.
Nope.
Crimson and Clover.
Yeah. The group's second and last #1 Billy Idol had a number one hit with Moni Moni, which was a number 3 hit for James. But I like Joan Jett's
wait a
version.
minute. Yeah, Joan Jett's version. Yeah.
Yeah, of Crimson and Clover. It's very good version. Very good version. Billy Idol did Moni Moni, but that went to number 1. But Shondell only got, Tommy James and the Shondells only went to number 3 with that song. Let me see. On this day in 1967 at Abbey Road Studios in London, the Beatles started work on a new song called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It wasn't until the Beatles had recorded the song that Paul McCartney had the idea to make the song a thematic pivot for their forthcoming album. Interesting. This day in 1967, Pink Floyd spent the day recording Syd Barrett songs. On this day in 1965, at the Arthur Smith Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina, James Brown recorded Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Yep. On this day in 1964, the Beatles, I Don't Care. And on this day in 1949, RCA Records issued the first ever 45 RPM record. The invention of this size record made jukeboxes possible. Born on this day in 1975, Big Boy, Antoine Patton from Outkast, the rap group. Born on this day in 1969, Patrick Wilson, drummer with Weezer. On this day, this is a little close. She also died recently. Born on this day in 1968, Lisa Marie Presley. That was a sad story. That's a sad story.
I don't think I've heard the whole. Was she using? She struggling with substance? Was she just in bad shape and was unlucky enough to have a heart attack and pass?
I'm not sure. I heard the story, but there was so much going on in the last 3 weeks for me. I didn't really pay much attention. Born on this day in 1950, Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Mike and the Mechanics.
Wait a second. Can you say that again?
No. That's Mike Rutherford, not Mike Campbell. Mike Rutherford. My mistake.
God.
What the?
Say it loud.
All the fuck ups you made tonight by mishearing things because you're so ready to go.
Hey, it's not.
Hey,
my
you know who's
fault
born
that
on this?
Enunciate.
Enunciate what? See, you can't even fucking say it. You can't even dog me without fucking up.
Here we are in February.
You can't enunciate.
We're in February, and you can't enunciate anymore.
See, you just said it. February. You just said February. You didn't say February. You said February.
February.
Proper spelling.
February.
Hey, you know who was born on this day in 1948?
Who?
I'm Rick James, bitch. I've been dying to say that all day. Born on this day in 1937. This guy, you went on a fucking long rant about this guy some shows back, and you went on and on about Don Everly and the Everly Brothers, how influential they were. I think that's the only time in 88 episodes I was like, can we fucking move on?
Speaking of which, can we
we're almost done.
I
got 2 people left. Born in this day in 1937, Ray Sawyer. You know who that is?
Tom Sawyer's brother.
Jesus.
Ray Sawyer.
Singer-songwriter with American rock band Dr. Hook.
Why in the...
Do you know who... What? Dr. Hook is big 70s band.
Yeah, I'm not as old as you.
Okay. Hey,
I know Dr. Hook, we're a big band of your generation, but come on.
Okay. All right. Hey, do you know who the first white solo artist to record for Motown was?
Wow. That's a good question.
So some would say Tina Marie, but it wasn't. She was signed with Motown, but she wasn't the first. Tina Marie. who was fucking fantastic, by the way.
I think it was earlier than that.
She was born in 1928, so it's definitely earlier than that. Yeah.
She?
It's a she.
I don't know.
All right.
Who?
Born on this day in 1928, American singer Debbie Dean, who was the first white solo artist to record for Motown. She went on to work with the Supremes. Debbie Dean. She went on to work with the Supremes, Temptations, Smokey Robinson, Martha and the Vandellas, Edwin Starr, and other Motown artists. She died February 17th, 2001. And that's it, buddy. We're done. You can go. Fucking take your guitar. Just play along. Just fucking play. Well, I do the outro. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks, you guys, for listening. I'm glad to be back. I really needed this. If you like this, share it. If you don't like it, thanks for listening this long. And again, like I always say, you are the engine that runs this machine. Without you, it'd just be me and Jack dogging each other. We do that anyways. And like I always say, doing this show for you, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. And that's it. We'll see you next week.
I wanted to quote my favorite artist, Debbie Dean. Debbie Dean. Come on.
I'm so fucking glad you're not here next week. I already need a break from you. We haven't done a show for 3 weeks. I've done one, and I already need a break from you.
Hey, Mark Smith, Bill Green, Kevin Corkum, all you Debbie Dean fans out there, aren't you glad that you stayed till the end of the podcast so you could hear that awesome piece of information?
So you know what I'm going to say? Because Mark Smith was throwing fireballs.
Oh, you're going to cut me off. I know you're going to cut me off.
No, I'm not. Mark Smith, he's a big fan of Jimmy Dean. Sausage, that is.
Oh.
Yeah, I got the last word in. All right, my friend, I love you, buddy. Thank you for doing the show as usual. I will see you in 2 weeks, but I'm sure I'll talk to you before that. And next week, Luke Licchio and Mark Smith. Because
tomorrow we can finish the Debbie Dean conversation. We just did enough time on her. You know, Jeff Beck and David Crosby died, but let's talk about Debbie Dean.
It's part of the fucking born on this day thing. It's what? We didn't go into detail.
Rolling Stone magazine is going to dedicate an entire issue to Jeff Beck and David Crosby. We're talking about Debbie fucking Dean. Did she
leave
her entire catalog as well?
The lady was a groundbreaker.
She sold her entire catalog as well. She got $18.
Hey, I read something about Jeff Beck, said he was a big Debbie Dean fan. So,
Well, hey, we're all Debbie Dean fans.
We are now. See, this podcast
I just want to say
brought her to light. It's because of us. Her stock is going up now. Skyrocketing.
Debbie Dean, didn't you throw a necklace over the side of the Titanic or some bullshit?
No, the original lyrics to Rock On were Debbie Dean, Debbie Dean. Debbie Dean. Debbie Dean.
Hey, by the way, for all you art lovers out there,
how much for the painting? Come on, give us your price.
Huh?
Give us a price.
No.
No, you won't do it publicly because it's expensive. It is expensive.
I don't sell my art for money.
No, you sell it for fucking what? Lettuce and tomato and do you barter? You barter for fucking calf's milk? What the fuck? Well, you do live in New Hampshire.
I'll give this up for 2 bottles of hot sauce and a Debbie Dean Greatest Hits CD.
Greatest Hits album. Of course Mark Smith likes the painting. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? You know what I got?
It's a nice painting. It's nice. Look.
I got a painting somewhere. Look. I got a painting. Look at my painting. I got a painting.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. You like my painting? Look at my painting makes noise. Right? And me. That's my painting. You don't have one of those.
Look,
that's
look
a dog. This show is supposed to
hi, Shug.
The show was supposed to end
You know-
10 minutes
you know what?
ago. What?
This is our little chihuahua. Her name is Debbie Dean.
All right. Good night, everybody. Get off.